We're so thrilled to be joined right now by 1984 Olympic gold medalist in gymnastics and still America's sweetheart, Mary Lou Retton, and the greatest gymnastics coach in the history of the sport of gymnastics, Bela Karolyi. Bela and Mary Lou, welcome to Sidewalks.
Hello.
Thank you. Bye.
What an intro, huh?
Yeah.
God. Yes. Yes.
Now, before we get into the reason you're joining us here today, we here on Sidewalks like to get a little behind the scenes, get a little background on the people we're talking to. We'll start with you, Mary Lou. What got you interested in the sport of gymnastics in the beginning?
You know, there was not very much available for young girls if you were into sports when I was growing up. And so there wasn't much opportunity. And I come from a tiny town, a little coal mining town in the hills of West Virginia. And the only thing available to my sister and I was at the local dance studio. And they had different classes, the tap, the ballet, the little jazz. And I knew right away that the ballet class was not for me. I didn't like the frilly little, you know, graceful dance moves. But there was one class where the instructor would lay out this long mat and we would do somersaults and we would do flips, and they called it acrobatics. And I loved that. I mean, it was just a natural for me. And then came the summer of 1976, and I was 7 years old, and I was glued to the television set watching my first Olympic Games that I remember watching. And I watched a little girl named Nadia from Romania do all these incredible things with her body. And finally it kind of like snapped and connected. It's like, that's it. That's what I want to do. And the name that it was called was gymnastics.
And the rest was history. Gymnastics history was made. Now, Bela, speaking of Nadia Comaneci, of course, you've coached the likes of Nadia Comaneci, Carrie Strug, and of course, Mary Lou Retton. And you and your wife have run a very successful gymnastics camp for over 25 years. But what keeps you motivated to keep coaching?
Well, the motivation is the same like we started out with. I mean, the same reason. You love the sport. You're into it. You're having this unique desire to create new powerful athletes, and that's kind of getting in your blood, getting in your system, and you never can get it out. And I believe even though we are having 45 years behind us as coaching, is still the same kind of motivation is pushing us toward being with the sport and giving to the sport as much help we can give with our own hand.
Is a little part of you hoping that you discover the next Mary Lou Retton, maybe?
Well, there will be no next Mary Lou, that's for sure. Even though hundreds and thousands of kids dreamed at that time in 1984, and still dreaming nowadays to be another Mary Lou, but there will not be another Mary Lou, period. There was one and only. But sure, there's going to be many talented kids and they can become their name on their own. If they're working as hard as Mary Lou used to be, if they're going to take as positively as Mary Lou used to be, and gonna struggle as hard as Mary Lou used to be in order to become the very first all-around Olympic champion for the United States.
I see. Now, back to you, Mary Lou. You've been known as America's sweetheart since 1984, and if you go on, this is to the audience now, if you go on Mary Lou's site, it's MaryLouRetton.com, they have a great site, they have pictures of her family, and each of these members of her family look like they were plucked from some sort of casting agency. They're all perfect, beautiful kids, 4 girls, a handsome husband. It's out of Central Casting. It's amazing.
No.
But is there something that you can tell us about yourself that might surprise us given your angelic image? I like that laugh. I like that laugh.
Let's see. Oh gosh.
Maybe you're into like monster trucks, or something that we would not associate with a Mary Lou Retton.
Oh gosh, that's so funny. I have a temper. I love to play jacks.
Well, come on. No, that is such a Mary Lou Retton thing. Jump rope jack.
Man. No, it's not. I'm like the champ. I love pinball. God, I don't know. You
no
caught
tattoos.
me off guard, Raphael.
No tattoos, no bar fights, nothing?
No tats, no grills. God, I don't know. I don't know.
I'll get you off the hook, and I'll let you think about that for a second.
Thank you.
Now, let's move on to the reason you're joining us here today. USA Gymnastics behind the team. this is a very interesting. I love behind-the-scenes stuff. I don't care if it's behind the scenes at the 5th annual quilting competition. As long as it's behind the scenes, I'm into it. And so this is not going on television. This is a web. This is going to be for web only, right?
Correct.
Tell us about the show.
It's AT&TBlueroom.com. And what you can do, this is the first time ever in our sport, USA Gymnastics is allowing cameras to go right now. One is up. We're calling them webisodes, that you can actually follow your favorite athletes on their road to the Olympic Games. And you're going to be able to follow your favorite athlete on their road. You're going to be able to follow them in their training. You're going to be able to follow them on their personal struggles, what their obstacles are, overcoming adversity, and also the fun personal stuff, the human side that you don't see. Yes, we're in the gym 7-8 hours a day. Yes, it's hard, but we actually have lives outside of the gym. So the Blue Room's going to be able to give you free access to go there and see what your athletes are all about.
With all the drama and interest in gymnastics, I'm very surprised that a show like this hasn't been done before.
I know.
You know,
and that's what's so special about it, is that finally AT&T is able to bring that to you. We're very protective of our athletes. I mean, back in my generation, Bela was very protective and only allowing me to do so many interviews, and then pretty much shielded me from all of you all. And now times have changed. People want to see behind the scenes, like you said. I want to see what's happening back there, the exclusive stuff that people don't know exists. We're able to let you do that. You have complete access now.
Now, Bela, thanks for granting us the interview with Mary Lou. Thank you for letting her do it. Appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
This is for both of you guys. This is for both of you guys. How has the sport of gymnastics changed since you guys entered it?
Oh, yeah, Bela could probably, answer that more, but a lot. It is so difficult now. People always try and compare different Olympic Games and different Olympic athletes. You cannot. From Nadia's time to my generation to Carly Patterson to now, the equipment is ever changing and getting better and stronger and springier, more flexible, safer. So the girls are enabled to do more difficult things. So it's getting to a point, to me, I'm thinking in my mind, are we at a physical limit? Are we doing the most that we possibly can do with our physical body? And you know what? Every year, year after year, these kids and these athletes, incredible athletes, are outdoing themselves. And the answer to my question is no, we're not at that physical limit.
Well, we can't wait to see what happens in the near future. I'm not sure. I haven't been keeping track of time. I'm really bad with that. So I don't know how much time we have. Probably maybe 2 minutes. Is that true?
On that end? Just keep going.
All right. Well, let's keep good. I like that. All right, Mary Lou, I like that answer. I know the producers are going, oh, my goodness, we have other shows.
In my ear, right.
Well, I want to finish off on this because I think this is sort of important. Gymnasts are required to exercise an incredible amount of concentration and focus at a very young age. Is that kind of concentration and focus something that can be learned, or do you have to be born with that kind of power?
I think a little of both. I think that you have to have a certain level of determination, perseverance to train at an Olympic or World Championship level, for sure. But that is probably one of the most important things that I learned from this man sitting next to me. Is he's such a passionate man. He believes. But one of the most important things that I learned from him, that I am trying to instill in my 4 daughters, is he has an incredible work ethic. The level of work ethic is beyond anything that I ever conceived of. I'm a hard worker, but Bela knocked that up way beyond what I was used to doing. And you could be the most talented person in the world, but if you don't put the work in, you're not going to be successful. And that's something I learned from him. The harder you work, the luckier you get. And I so truly believe that. Don't you agree?
I believe.
I mean, and he's like that today. He still works. The man doesn't sleep. It's crazy.
That is why he is worthy of the title, the greatest gymnastics coach in the history of the sport of gymnastics, right?
No doubt, no doubt.
Now, usually we finish off here on Sidewalks with advice from our guest to the viewer, but you pretty much gave a great piece of advice right there. Hard work, drive, determination.
Yes, definitely. I think so. Put in the work, put in the hours, and you're going to see success. I think a lot of times, especially in this generation, a lot of the kids don't want to work for a lot of the things. They want everything given to them. They want things handed to them. They want the easy road. And from where I come from, small coal mining town in the hills of West Virginia, we had to work for everything we got. And I think that helped me in my athletic career.
Very nice, and you're absolutely right about the way people are. Shape up, kids. What are you doing?
That's
right?
right.
And one thing, you know, because I'm having so much fun talking to you guys, I like how people from West Virginia, they always have to say a small coal mining town in West Virginia. You know what I mean? I always think that's funny. You never hear, I grew up in a small avocado growing town in California. It's always, you know.
Avocado grove.
So we're proud people. We're proud people.
I just love that. I had to give you a hard time about that. But Mary Lou Retton, Bela Karolyi, thank you so much for joining us here on Sidewalks. I can't wait to talk to you guys again soon.
Thank you. And Rafael, don't forget, AT&TBlueroom.com. Check it out. You especially, if you like behind the scenes, you're going to love it.
You got it. We're going to tune in.
Okay.
Great.
Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.